The 2023 Formula One season turned out to be a roller coaster for George Russell and the Mercedes team, and not in the way many had anticipated. After an impressive debut season with Mercedes in 2022, Russell struggled to maintain his form, leaving fans and critics questioning what went wrong. While Russell points fingers at the team, F1 commentators have aimed at Toto Wolff for the team's underwhelming performance. In his first season with Mercedes, Russell showcased immense potential, securing 8 podiums, including a race win. Despite driving a car that wasn't consistently podium-worthy, he even outperformed his 7-time World Championship-winning teammate, Lewis Hamilton, in the Drivers' Championship. However, the promising trajectory took a nosedive in 2023, as Russell finished a disappointing 8th in the championship, trailing Hamilton by 59 points. Hamilton dominated the head-to-head battles with Russell, outperforming him in 15 out of 22 races and securing 6 podium finishes compared to Russell's 2. Toto Wolff acknowledged the need for uncomfortable conversations with Russell to address the performance gap and ensure a better showing in the upcoming season. Russell's transition from Williams to Mercedes was undoubtedly a dream move, but the reality fell short of expectations. Having witnessed Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas effortlessly winning races at Mercedes while he languished at Williams, Russell's frustration was evident, culminating in a clash with Bottas at Imola in 2021. His move to Mercedes coincided with regulatory changes that impacted the team's ability to dominate races as before. Despite the setbacks, Russell remains optimistic about Mercedes' future performance. Having experienced the pinnacle of F1 success, he is eager to see the team return to dominance. Russell acknowledges the need to learn from the mistakes of the past season and is confident that Mercedes can deliver the goods once again. As the post-mortem on the Mercedes 2023 season continues, George Russell finds himself at a crucial juncture in his F1 career. The challenges faced in 2023 serve as a reality check for both the driver and the team, prompting introspection and adjustments. Whether the disappointments of last season are a temporary setback or a sign of a more extended struggle remains to be seen. Mercedes has dedicated extensive efforts to develop the innovative W-15 concept over an extended period, emphasizing meticulous planning and diligence. In contrast to the previous year, characterized by a somewhat hurried approach and incomplete information, the team acknowledges lessons learned upon the car's debut. The 2024 overhaul aims to rectify shortcomings, though Mercedes faces the formidable challenge of bridging the substantial gap created by Red Bull's dominant performance over the past 2 years. Despite introducing new components, the core concept of the car remains consistent, promising a higher level of refinement than its Mercedes counterpart. Driver George Russell acknowledges this reality and understands the considerable task at hand. Red Bull's recent dominance, statistically the most formidable in Formula One history, poses a daunting challenge for Mercedes. Russell expresses optimism for the upcoming season, but is determined to avoid the pitfalls encountered in the previous years. While Russell aspires to contribute to Mercedes' championship ambitions, he recognizes that his primary competition is within his team, where he contends with 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. Russell set ambitious standards for himself by outperforming Hamilton in his debut season, but sustaining such achievements proved to be an immense undertaking. Approaching his 6th season, Russell acknowledges that he is no longer a rookie and anticipates incremental improvements in the future. However, he acknowledges that consistent errors or inconsistencies, if present, may persist throughout his career. The 2024 season becomes a pivotal juncture for Russell to showcase his potential to compete at Hamilton's level and vie for world championships. He acknowledges the difficulty of surpassing the greatest driver of all time, but remains determined to prove himself among the elite few. Reflecting on the previous year, Russell expresses dissatisfaction with merely matching Hamilton's performance, expressing a desire to surpass him. However, he remains realistic, recognizing Hamilton as a formidable benchmark. Russell highlights positive aspects, including comparable statistics and pace, but acknowledges the need to translate pace into results without relying on luck. The driver's claim to be on par with Hamilton prompts varied opinions and anticipation for the upcoming season. While discussing Toto Wolff and the criticism he has faced from prominent figures in the sport for Mercedes' struggles, please share your thoughts on George in the comments section below. The commencement of Mercedes' 2023 season was startling when Toto Wolff publicly announced his team's failure in crafting a competitive car immediately after the initial qualifying session. Known for his dynamic personality, Wolff's impassioned critique of Mercedes' performance after just one competitive session was particularly unexpected, considering his role as the team's leader. On the Sky F1 podcast, Kravitz expressed surprise at Wolff's reaction to Mercedes' Bahrain qualifying and emphasized that as the team principal, Wolff should shoulder responsibility for the team's worst season in over a decade. The decision-making process behind approving the underwhelming sister car, as described by Lewis Hamilton, the W-14, remains unclear. Both the W-13 and the W-14 were deemed subpar, and Toto Wolff presumably gave the green light. As a leader, he had the opportunity to challenge the decision and opt for the Red Bull concept. But for reasons unknown, this didn't happen. Wolff's strong condemnation of the car's performance after the first qualifying session in 2023 was unprecedented in Formula One. It deviated from the usual composed and assured Toto leadership seen in the past. Despite his relatively short tenure in Formula One, Wolff's initial active role at Mercedes, where he shadowed Ross Brawn for a couple of years before taking over in 2014, marked a pivotal period for the team. According to Sky Sports' David Croft, speaking to TED, Wolff's decision-making has become more reactive since Mercedes' decline. Last year, the calm and assured Toto leadership was not consistently evident, raising questions about the proactive nature of his leadership. Croft speculates that Wolff may have been reacting more to situations rather than proactively guiding the destiny of his team. The delayed decision to address the issues with the sister car and the subsequent technical adjustments were reactive measures, a departure from Mercedes' established trend of not merely following industry trends since 2014. They are carving a path for others to follow, though the current situation suggests otherwise. The ability of Wolff to lead a team to the forefront, rather than merely maintaining their position, poses a significant question for the upcoming years. The resolution of this inquiry will be crucial. If Mercedes can reclaim their status as a championship contender, it will validate Wolff's effectiveness as a team principal. However, if this objective proves elusive and Wolff persists in public outbursts when confronted with challenges, skepticism about his capabilities will likely intensify. The impending 2026 rule changes add to Wolff's challenges. Formula One is set to undergo a comprehensive transformation in car design and engines in 2026. Teams are prohibited from working on these new designs until 2025, forcing them to concentrate on the current cars this season. If Mercedes fails to make the right moves this winter or shows insufficient improvement throughout the 2024 season, 2025 could be another challenging year. James Allison, Mercedes' technical director, emphasized the need for the W-15 to start strong to maximize success in the next 2 seasons. As he expressed to motorsporttotal.com, it's a new season, and we have to make sure we get out of the starting blocks well. The car will be entirely new, and its performance in 2024 is of utmost importance. The looming influence of the 2026 rules adds a layer of urgency. The challenge is to build a car for 2025 that can compete effectively in both world championships by 2026. The unveiling of Mercedes' progress over the winter break is imminent, but the question remains: will it be sufficient to challenge Red Bull and propel Hamilton or Russell into contention for a world championship? With the looming 3-month development period, the question arises whether Mercedes can adequately prepare to face Red Bull's competitive edge. The motorsport community eagerly awaits February for the unfolding of the upcoming season.